Coronation Street will reveal the earliest hints of trouble for the sinister Megan Walsh tonight, as Leanne Battersby begins to suspect that she may be betraying Daniel Osborne. Leanne moves closer than ever to uncovering the truth about Megan when a casual chat with Daniel suddenly takes an unexpected twist. Earlier this week, Leanne overheard her flatmate speaking on the phone and making suggestive remarks to her teenage victim, Will Driscoll. Believing that Megan was talking to her boyfriend Daniel, Leanne laughed it off at the time. In Thursday's episode, Leanne turns to Daniel for advice as she remains worried about her stepson Sam Blakeman's recent unusual behavior. Shifting the topic, she says, "Sorry if I ruined the mood of the phone call last night. Megan was there giggling away and then I walked in." Looking completely puzzled, Daniel jokes, "Wasn't me. Maybe she's got another boyfriend." Though Megan and giggly aren't exactly words I'd usually link together. Leanne shrugs off the awkward misunderstanding, but it's obvious that the comment has started her thinking. A crucial moment in the storyline arrives as Megan continues to secretly intimidate Sam, determined to frighten him into staying silent about what he knows regarding her manipulation of Will. Recently released spoilers have revealed that Sam will suddenly collapse next week, leading to the shocking discovery that he has been misusing ADHD medication as a study aid after being influenced by Megan. Leanne later demands answers from Sam during tense scenes. Since she has already begun to doubt Megan's secrecy, her suspicions this week could give more credibility to Sam's claims if he finally reveals the truth. At the same time, a trailer released over the weekend has given viewers a glimpse of Megan's downfall, as the Driscoll family are left stunned when the disturbing truth about her relationship with Will finally comes to light. All Coronation Street spoilers for next week reveal that an abuser is finally unmasked. Megan Walsh's tangled web of lies, manipulation, deception, and abuse is finally ripped apart next week when Sam Blakeman reveals the predator's true nature. With her disturbing actions finally brought into the open, the question remains whether Megan will face justice for what she has done. Theo Silverton also continues to toy with Todd Grimshaw in another calculated attempt to hurt him. Despite the efforts of Todd's friends and family to help him move forward, he still finds himself under Theo's control. The big question is just how far Theo will go in his obsession to keep Todd trapped under his influence. Elsewhere, Kit Green is left deeply shaken when Mal Roper regains consciousness, prompting him to take drastic steps to keep his dangerous secret hidden. At the same time, Alia Nazir and Adam Barlow are forced to deal with an unexpected figure from their past, while a devastated Daniel Osborne begins to question what his life will look like after the truth about Megan comes out. The drama intensifies when Kit must quickly think of a plan after a witness comes forward claiming they saw the violent attack on Mal. When Kit comes face to face with the person, it quickly becomes clear that the witness recognizes him immediately. Meanwhile, Sam's condition worsens, and when Eva Price and later Megan approach him, he panics and runs out into the street where he suddenly collapses, losing consciousness and forcing those nearby to call an ambulance. In other developments, Alia grows irritated when Adam celebrates stealing a client away from Fabian's firm. George Shuttleworth becomes increasingly worried about the struggling state of his business, while Todd is heartbroken once again when Theo collects the last of his belongings from the flat, prompting Christina Boyd to urge them both to sort out their messy situation. Leanne makes a desperate effort to persuade Sam to explain why he has turned to medication misuse, but just as he prepares to open up, he falls silent when Eva walks in. Hoping to cheer Todd up, Sarah Platt takes him out for lunch, but the moment is ruined when Todd notices Theo nearby enjoying what appears to be a date. Elsewhere, after Mal wakes up in hospital, Kit rushes over to question him. At the same time, Alia struggles to hide her concern as Adam excitedly celebrates his latest business success. Glenda Shuttleworth encourages Todd to move on with his life and start dating again, leading Todd to tell Theo that perhaps they were both right and should finally move forward separately. As Theo deliberately flirts with Sean Tully in a showy display, Todd reveals that Glenda has already arranged a blind date for him. Although Alia, Adam, and Rich Pemberton initially appear to reach an understanding at Barlow Legal Services, things soon take a troubling turn when someone manages to hack into the firm's internal email system. Meanwhile, Megan's time is running out as Sam's family gathers together to support and protect him. Theo then attempts to sabotage Todd's blind date by spending the evening with Gary Windass, while making sure it looks as though he is having the best time of his life. As Adam begins to panic over the major data breach at the firm, Alia and Adam soon find themselves confronted by a furious Ronnie Bailey, who is enraged over a leaked email involving Debbie Webster. Back on the street, Megan's situation worsens when someone from her past suddenly reappears to confront her, causing her carefully built world to begin falling apart. Theo continues to torment Todd by revealing that he may accept a job offer in Belfast, taking satisfaction in Todd's visible heartbreak. Later, after spotting James Bailey giving Todd encouragement ahead of his upcoming marathon, Theo secretly slips something into Todd's drink. Meanwhile, a devastated Daniel desperately searches for answers as he confronts Megan about the shocking truth. Coronation Street reveals the real reason behind Theo and Todd's breakup in an early ITVX episode. The show confirms viewers' worst suspicions tonight as the manipulative Theo Silverton proves he has no intention of truly letting go of Todd Grimshaw despite their unexpected separation. Earlier this week, Theo stunned Todd by claiming they should end their relationship after a heated argument, but many viewers suspected the decision was simply another calculated move to control the situation. In tonight's installment, Todd attempts to ease his heartbreak by spending time at the Rovers with the support of his friends. With Theo also nearby, he eventually approaches Todd and asks for a private conversation. Pretending to be generous and calm as they talk in the pub's backyard, Theo tells him that even though they are no longer a couple, he hopes they can remain friends. He reminds Todd that they were once engaged and says that after everything they shared, it would feel strange to act like strangers or avoid each other completely. Theo then claims that despite how deeply they loved one another, he believes Todd never truly understood who he really is. He insists that this misunderstanding is his own fault rather than Todd's, and adds that Todd will always have a special place in his heart, even if they are better apart. Later on, Theo continues to obsessively monitor Todd's location using his phone. From inside his van, he secretly watches as James Bailey helps Todd home after he has had a few too many drinks. Although James is simply being supportive as a friend, Theo becomes overwhelmed with jealousy as he watches from a distance. After yet another attempt to influence Todd emotionally, it raises the question of whether Theo will soon try to win him back and regain full control of his life. Meanwhile, on the street, Gary Windass spots Theo sleeping inside his van after spending the night there. However, before Gary can speak to him, the builder quickly drives away. Later, Theo claims that he and Todd simply had an argument, but he lies about the cause of the dispute by saying Todd had become angry over not having enough money. Back at the flat, Todd is still shaken by the confrontation and becomes irritated when the blender refuses to work. Gary arrives to collect some of Theo's belongings and witnesses Todd angrily throwing the appliance across the room. Feeling defeated, Todd asks Gary about Theo and admits he hopes they might still repair their relationship. Gary then phones Theo and asks him to come over to talk. Coronation Street airs on weekday evenings at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available to stream on ITVX.